sitting
Wasn't
there with
used in
that
here.
face.
That face.
That face only a Brad
That
can love.
face of the face.
That facey face that smells facey.
That facey
Facey.
face. That face is like a facey face.
The
Stacy's
faciest.
mom
Facey.
Has facey going on.
has got it going on.
Well, anyways, welcome to
Evan
the Mere
Spacey?
Nonsense podcast.
Fuck! I've been bamboozled.
Yeah,
We
it
been
doesn't feel good,
Schmeckledorf.
right?
Schmeckledorf.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah,
I did it to you guys for a long time.
so, we
Hi.
had some technical issues, but I think we got it figured out right now.
No, we don't. You're not. This isn't going up. I promise.
Why not?
I don't know. It just won't. Something's gonna happen.
It's gonna skip or audio's gonna be fucked.
No. That only happens with Brad.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
We don't know what's going to happen with this one right now. We'll find out. But
We'll find out real soon.
I went to see movies like the last 2 weekends, I think. I saw Eternals
Nice.
and then something else. Forgot what it was, but
How did you feel about Eternals?
It was nice. It was nice, but it was also kind of pointless.
Okay.
I mean, it really
Like in the overarching plot of.
of Marvel, yeah, it felt
MCU?
kind of pointless.
Okay.
I like the introduction to the Celestials though. That was pretty cool. I actually told Billy as soon as the movie was over, I was a lot more hyped about the post-credit scenes than I was about the entire movie.
Yeah, because
That's cool. You did say that.
wasn't there something like that was like Blade's voice or something?
Yeah, so spoilers for anyone that cares, but the post-credit scene ends with Kit Harington's character opening up a case that had the Ebony Blade. And now the Ebony Blade is this weapon, source of power for him to becoming the Black Knight. I don't know too much about it, aside from the fact that it's one of those types of swords that, like, whatever it kills, it, keeps the soul in the sword. And then the wielder of the sword that uses the powers long enough will get, manipulated and turned evil or whatever. But he opens up the case, and there's already voices coming out of the sword. And then his character is kind of just like, fuck, I shouldn't be doing this. And then you hear Mahershala Ali's voice. It's probably like 3 words. I forgot what it was, but it was pretty cool. I honestly did not know it was him. I had to find out like through videos or researching it pretty much. But I mean that's pretty hype that they're already trying to introduce Blade though. And then him being with Black Knight. I mean, seeing Kit Harington with Blade,
Right.
I'm pretty hyped for that. But the rest of the movie was you know what? I really like the way they did the speedster in that movie.
Yeah.
I'm not, unpopular opinion, I'm not too big on the X-Men movies with Quicksilver. How like he pretty much stops time and does everything himself.
I love that. I love that so much.
I'm not too big on that, man. But like I like seeing the real time version of it, where they're just too fast for you to like notice,
Yeah.
I feel like they did pretty good with the speedster in that movie, and that character was, the actress herself is actually deaf, so like everyone had to learn sign language, and that's
Oh, that chick is the speedster?
mm-hmm.
Okay. I've seen a lot of interviews with her.
Yeah, that was one of the characters I really liked. But,
Okay. Yeah, I have yet to see it, but is it deserving of having a worse Rotten Tomatoes score than Dark World?
no, actually no.
Okay.
It's kind of weird why they would do that. Like, I don't know, maybe it's just because it's them kind of being like really woke with this movie.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like the way Marvel's moving things. But
yeah.
I think it was a lot better than Dark World. At least I did.
Mhm.
Definitely
I mean,
did
I think-
deserve that low score.
I think Dark World is the worst Marvel movie out of all of them, so
Right. And,
can't go much
and
lower
that's
than that.
actually a guilty pleasure movie of mine. I know it's garbage, but I like it.
Yeah, no, can't agree with that. I
Like,
watched that movie once, and I don't want to touch it again.
yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna go out of my way to watch it, but I'll watch it if it pops up.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not gonna watch the first Thor. The only good thing that I took away from that first Thor was him drinking coffee and asking for another.
I'll have another.
Yeah.
What about those blonde ass eyebrows though?
Oh shit, right, dude? They fixed that
That-
right away.
That shit was hilarious.
It looked like he had no eyebrows too, just because they
Yeah.
were so blonde.
I get what they were going for. They wanted to be close to the comics, but it
Yeah.
doesn't translate well. So do you think that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are going to be in the new Spider-Man?
Yes. Yes, I do.
I'm going to be so disappointed if they're not.
I'm pretty sure everyone, look, I had a conversation with my coworker about this, and he's like, you know, just because they're setting up a continuation between this and Multiverse of Madness, there's a chance we might not see them until Doctor Strange's movie. I'm like, that wouldn't make sense, but that would, and I don't know. I just don't see it,
It would
happening
work
that way.
okay.
It would, just because, you know, they're connecting. You know, it's one after
Yeah.
another. Especially
It
because
just
Doctor
wouldn't
Strange is
make sense,
already
though.
in this one.
Yeah.
But no, I definitely do believe it. I mean,
I've
look,
been seeing a lot of breakdowns.
I've been
on,
keeping away
TikTok.
from it. I've been so keeping away from it. But anyone that has seen the trailer or the newest trailer where Spider-Man's literally jumping towards those three villains, I mean, come on.
Something
know-
hits.
look.
Something hits Lizard Man.
Does it?
Something hit. If you look at the trailer at that exact scene, it looks like that Spider-Man is going after like Sandman or whatever.
Okay.
Electro's going after somebody else, and Lizard Man is going after someone else.
That-
And Lizard
that's-
Man in the middle of that, like they do that thing where they like start to clash and then it cuts to black.
Right.
Right before that happens, Lizard Man, his head goes like this, like he's hit by something.
Oh boy.
So, I mean, could be, you know, Doctor Strange throwing something at him. I don't fucking know, but they could easily Photoshop out all these other
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
I mean, okay, you can't really take their trailers at face value, especially after Infinity War when they had the Hulk running with them, and then Infinity War comes out and you see it's actually Bruce Banner in the Hulkbuster suit.
Yeah.
I'm still kind of mad at that. Like, I thought
I'm
his
mad with
story
that
arc,
that they've done with him.
yeah, the story arc for him in the Avengers, the last two Avengers movies are just kind of bad. Like, he just seemed useless.
Well, first of all, I mean, they nerf him, which is, I'm not okay with it, but I understand why. Like, the Hulk is a strong fucking character. And then, but the whole thing with him and Natasha doesn't make sense, especially because
No.
they go nowhere with it.
Right.
And then the fact that they have to nerf him more by going, oh, he can't go into actual Hulk form. He's too scared for him to not be turned back because he was Hulk for 2 straight years. Or fuck.
Right. I just think if they were going to do something like that, where he turns into like that all around, you know, smart and strong Hulk, it should have been probably on his own, like a solo movie. But
Billy, what's your favorite Spider-Man movie?
Oh, you know, the emo in me wants to say was it Spider-Man 3 when he's got the dark suit?
Yeah,
Famous Tobey Maguire one.
the worst one out of the bunch. Yeah.
The worst one, yeah. But I really like the first one. You know, I don't think you could really beat the original with Tobey Maguire.
some would say the second is the best.
I don't disagree in its entirely, but I did learn that the scene where Peter Parker or Tobey Maguire catches the items on the tray, you know, it was said that he actually did that was not I mean, it was probably like dumbed down so it was easier for him to catch it, but it wasn't, like they didn't have strings and shit, so he could just catch it.
Right.
That's pretty cool.
You know what? The first one, Mary Jane's character was probably the most tolerable, just in that first one.
Yep.
The other two, she was just, what's the fucking point?
Insufferable.
Yeah.
Another like thing, I did watch Endgame for the first time, and a lot of memes suddenly made sense.
There you go.
What made sense?
Well, I saw a video of, I think it was Spider-Man Away From Home when he's saving Mary Jane in the elevator, and how he slings his web and catches her hand. You guys know that part?
That's the first one. You talking about the elevator when they're in the field trip?
Yeah. Was that not Away From Home? It was Away From Home, not the first one.
I thought that was Homecoming.
Homecoming is that one.
Is it? Okay.
Also, it's not Mary Jane in Homecoming, by the way.
I thought they called her Mary Jane.
And MJ stands for something different in that one for some reason.
Oh, does it?
I don't even think
either way,
they told us what MJ stands for in those movies.
Everyone assumes it's Mary Jane.
Yeah.
Either way, so the meme was, he's doing that, or it's that scene, and then it goes to Hawkeye, and it's saying, I wish I could do that.
Oh, yeah.
When his family turns to dust.
Oh, shit.
Right.
That one made sense. Then the Hail Hydra suddenly made sense from Captain America.
Michelle Jones.
What?
Oh.
Yeah. So it's still MJ, but it's Michelle Jones instead of...
So confirm she's
fired.
gonna die, and then they're gonna bring
fired.
in. They're gonna bring in the actual Mary Jane.
If they pull some bullshit with Gwen, where Peter tries to grab her and she just snaps her back.
Okay,
fuck.
But what I was thinking in that trailer was Tom Holland's Peter Parker can't actually save her. But Andrew Garfield, like, if Andrew Garfield's character is in there, he gets to save her and kind of, like, redeem himself. It's like, hey, I lost someone this way. I'm not going to let it happen.
He fucks it up again?
Oh, yeah.
He fucks it up worse.
No.
If I can't have her, nobody can.
And then the same landing she gets ends up being the same one that Bruce Banner did in Thor Ragnarok before he turned into Hulk again. Remember, he got pushed off the ship?
Uh-huh.
He just lands.
God. People are thinking that... Oh, man, I lost my train of thought the second I started talking. So a lot of speculations about it with the 3 different Spider-Man being, like, edited out in every scene. So one thing that I want, give me Gambino as Miles Morales. Let him actually... So that was an ongoing joke. Well, it was serious for a while, and then it basically turned into a meme that Donald Glover was going to be Miles Morales, and then it never happened. Please actually give me that on screen. I would love that.
That'd be kind of weird. Oh, well, I mean, I guess because the multiverse is happening, but...
Yeah, exactly. If they're going to bring in multiple Spider-Man, I don't want just Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. Give me an animated version of Spider-Pig.
Spider-Man Noir with Nick Cage. Like, make sure Nick Cage is there.
Yeah. I'd love that.
In his Superman suit from, like, the 1980s.
Yeah.
Long
Michael Keaton is Batman, but, like, give him a Spider-Man mask instead.
Every Batman
make sure
ever,
you cut
Spider-Man.
the part off around the mouth to make it look like an actual cowl.
Yep.
What do you think about the Morbius movie?
I love that trailer so much.
Yeah?
I'm Venom. Just kidding. Dr. whatever his actual name is at your service. That's funny. I like Jared Leto a lot. I know some people don't, but I like him a lot. And that's my inner emo being I love 30 Seconds to Mars.
Right. That was actually the first band that I saw concert.
Kind of same, actually. I saw them at the at one of those like Christmas bash things, and they were like the main event.
Oh shit! Nice.
Yeah. That's the day Megan and I broke up and then just stayed together while
Are we gonna
She, like-
continue on this date?
she basically told me like on the way there, and I'm like, cool. So we're just
I was
gonna hang
thinking
out
too.
here.
Yeah. And then you give a classic Greg response like, fair enough.
That's valid.
Yeah.
Fair enough. That's valid.
Breaking up, that's valid.
I don't agree with it, but I can side with it.
Yeah.
Have you
For
seen the
best.
trailer, Billy, for Morbius?
I have not. No.
Morbius.
I don't think I have. I don't really watch a lot of TV, so
I always thought that character was creepy in the animated series.
Never seen it.
Really?
Yep.
Did you watch the animated series, Billy? Spider-Man?
of Spider-Man. Well, which one?
The one where he looks like an adult? I think he is an adult. Like he's actually a photographer at that point.
Need an adult.
Like older style.
Yeah, like he's got like a fucking manly ass chin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to watch that one
Man.
all the time.
Best Spider-Man is the that meme Spider-Man.
Pointing at each other.
Yeah. It's like the two Spider-Man in the meme where they're just pointing at each other like, who are you?
But none of us have ever seen that one.
It's on HBO Max.
Is it?
It has a lot of them. HBO Max has a lot of Scooby-Doo shit too. I know we talked about that like on the podcast, on the episode that didn't air. I don't think it aired.
I think that one had a lot of audio problems.
But they have a lot of Scooby-Doo shit, and I want to watch all of it.
Nice.
Speaking of that, I saw it was an explanation of why Shaggy in some Scooby-Doo movies has a red shirt.
Yeah.
And I guess it was because those are considered to be in a different universe where monsters are real.
Yep.
But then,
That's
of course,
something-
there's the one where they're like, I've never seen you without a red shirt when they tie them together.
Right.
Yeah.
Speaking of
That's
which,
true.
did you guys hear about that that Super Smash Bros. Copycat called Multiverses?
No.
It is a WB game, and it has Shaggy that can go,
Oh, no.
I think, Ultra Instinct in that game.
Please.
Like, I'm pretty sure he does the whole, like, Super Saiyan thing in that game.
Using 1% of his power.
Yeah, 0.0001%. Yeah, it's got Batman, it's got Bugs Bunny. They added this,
Please tell me it has Chungus.
dude. If
Is it
they
that big
have,
Chungus?
yeah, right. If they have like a fucking skin for that,
Dude, I'd buy it in a fucking heartbeat.
yeah, that game was just announced earlier this week, I believe.
There's a
think I
lot of
saw-
games like that, though, coming out.
There's a Nickelodeon game that's supposed to be a Smash copycat
Yeah.
as well.
Yep.
That's already out.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a couple of my friends have it.
Me and I was joking around with that for a long time with Billy. And I'm like, I wouldn't actually want to play it, but I am sad that PlayStation All-Stars flopped as bad as it did.
I
That's
never played that game.
PlayStation. I played it once at Kara's dorm. And I mean, cool characters, like it's Smash, but you have Kratos and I don't know, like Crash Bandicoot or some shit, you know, whatever
Yeah,
PlayStation.
different PlayStation, Sony characters.
Yeah. I don't know. I thought that one was fun.
Yeah, there were people in the comments section talking about that game too.
Yeah.
I never even considered playing that game.
Speaking of the Crash Bandicoot games, what was your favorite Crash Bandicoot games? If you guys played them.
Never played any of them.
You never played a Crash
Never
Bandicoot
played
game?
any of them. Nope.
What?
I knew about them, but I just never played
God,
them.
I loved them growing up.
I bought the Insane Trilogy for Kara, and I played like 2 minutes of 1 and 3 and never played them again.
Oh,
God, it was so good. I loved them. Well, I mean,
Pretty
from
good.
the perspective as a kid growing up.
I never played the Spyro games too. I always wanted to play
Get the
those.
fuck out of here.
Same.
I always wanted to play them. when I was a little
God.
kid.
Oh, I loved
I
the Spyro
never,
games. Play
I
those on the
never made it.
PS1?
No, I
I
never
never
had a
made it
PS1.
past Jag and Dexter 1.
You never had a PS1?
No.
God.
Look, Billy.
I had a PS1, and I never owned an actual fucking game on it. I had multiple demos, and I had a some weird
shit.
Japanese Dragon Ball Z game that wasn't even in English.
Do you remember demos like PS2? They had these magazines where you would get a demo every now and then for a certain video game?
I went to a fair, and I got a demo for like $2 for God of War 1. And I played through that so many times, and all it is like the very first part where you're fighting the Hydra, and you're running through this ship, and you're killing all these zombie type things,
Right.
and you fight the individual Hydra heads on the way up, and then there's a scene where you get up there, and it shows one big Hydra head and then the other two, and as you're about to fight it, the demo ends.
Oh, that sucks.
That's a fucking tease and a half.
What a fucking demo that is. And how much did you play on that?
I beat it probably like 10 different times.
Damn.
Just because when I had a PS2, I had ATV Off-Road Fury 2, which was fun once. And then I had, like, eventually I bought Kingdom Hearts, and those were, like, the only two games I had. Maybe I had GoldenEye Rogue Agent on there, and I think I broke that disc.
Rogue Agent was amazing. No one talks about that game enough.
Yeah.
I think no one talks about it at all, actually.
I don't think a lot of people have even heard of it.
The dual wielding
007
in
Rogue
that
Agent
game was just so much fun.
I don't quite remember it. The only thing I remember about it is James Bond dying at the beginning, but I think it was a simulation and he didn't actually die.
I never beat the game, so I wouldn't know.
That was first mission.
Oh, okay.
Like, first 10 minutes. And then...
But the simulation part, though.
What?
But you said it's a simulation, or
you saying the beginning?
Yeah, at
the first mission was a simulation.
First mission, James Bond dies.
Right.
You're playing a different character, and James Bond dies. I thought it was a simulation. I could be wrong about that because I think he loses his eye in that too, and that's why he gets the golden eye.
Okay.
So maybe it wasn't. I don't know. But either way, James Bond dies. Whatever. Might actually be dead. Might not. And then he loses his eye in that first mission. So then he gets like a special eye that does different things.
Right.
And I only got like halfway through it. But speaking of old games, the Switch came out with backwards compatibility or not compatibility, but they came out with the ability to play N64 games, some of them. So right now you can play Mario 64, Ocarina of Time, Star Fox 64, games like that.
You said that they were doing GoldenEye for that one as well, right? No?
I said I want them to, but
okay.
I don't. They have not confirmed it. I would doubt that they would be able to do that because they probably have to go through so many jumps and loops with whoever owns that property.
Right.
But
that's another thing. I never owned a DS. I went up to
I never owned a DS.
I had a Game Boy Advance SP. That was the only Game Boy I ever had.
I had the original Game Boy, the black and white one. I had a Game Boy Color, which I never, I lost that, or it got stolen a week after my parents got it for me for Christmas.
Jeez.
I never saw that again. Then I got a Game Boy Advance SP for my birthday, and that came with it was this ugly green Game Boy, and it came with Pokemon, I think Ruby is what my parents got it for me with.
Yeah, I got Ruby as well.
And then I skipped the DS generation entirely, and then I bought a 3DS when I was like 19.
Yeah, I had like 2 games that weren't Pokemon games on the Game Boy.
What consoles did you guys have growing up?
Started off with the Super Nintendo, Absolutely
same.
loved that thing, but I never had enough games, so I was just always borrowing them from people. I ended up getting a Nintendo 64. Fucking, that thing was like the Nokia of consoles. And my favorite game ever that I never got to beat because it was just too hard for me at the time was Donkey Kong 64. And then I got the PlayStation 2 and the Xbox. Yeah, you could literally use that as a weapon. Yeah, all right, just fucking hook up chains to it and use it as a nunchuck. Okay, a third one. What do you need 3 for? Why do you have 3? I don't understand.
That's it's gonna be one of those staffs that you put together.
Yeah, right.
The 3 different pieces.
Two of these are actually mine. One of them 100% doesn't work. I don't know which one it is because they all look the same, obviously. But one of them doesn't work. Then we replaced it with a new one, which these things were fucking expensive for their time. Like, yeah. I think the inflation calculation for these, like if they came out today, these would be like $500, $600.
Jesus.
And then the third one is my brother-in-law's, who he gave it to me because his did work. I just don't know fucking which one works, and it doesn't work on my, my modern day TVs. I need to get one of those old TVs to,
don't they make
adapters?
Don't they make an HDMI adapter for that?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. Also, the other thing holding me back, I don't know if you guys have tried using a Nintendo 64 at all within the last 20 years. It fucking sucked.
Controller layout was wonky.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was the weirdest controller layout. Probably next to GameCube.
I didn't mind GameCube's controller.
I always thought the yellow analog stick was weird.
Okay, I'll agree with you there.
I just think of that as like the regular stick you'd have on an Xbox now.
Yeah, but it was so small and hard to like get it.
Okay, so I never owned a GameCube. For the most part, what did you use that analog stick for?
Camera control.
Is it?
Camera control, but then and like the Zelda games, those were different items.
Okay.
But there's a Dragon Ball Z game that I had that so I was a weird kid, and I'm the one that bit off the rubber on everything, and I just like ruined the controllers. So I had this Dragon Ball Z game that you had to spin that really fast to be like if you're both doing like a Kamehameha, and it's colliding, right? Whoever spins it faster wins. My hand would get so scratched up from having to do that because of how wonky and ghetto that was for me tearing it apart.
What? You actually chewed on them?
Yeah.
What the fuck, man? It's like...
I don't, man, me as a kid, I like chewing on that rubber shit.
I would have expected that from Billy. He seems like the kind of guy. And don't tell me you did that too, Billy. Don't tell me you did that.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Billy pulls out a controller right now. Look at my PlayStation controller.
Yeah, right. I don't use it anymore, so I've just been chewing on it.
I was a weird kid. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I skipped a lot of consoles. I mean, I didn't really have too many because we would just get them for holiday presents. We'd never ask for anything but video games.
That's what mine kind of was too. Like I'd get it for either from a family member for my birthday, or my parents would get it for like Christmas. It was almost always a new console or games for a console. In fact, I remember one Christmas, my mom and dad got Call of Duty 3 for the Wii, and it was wrapped up. So I was like, cool, like I know there's a game, and I know the only console I have is a PlayStation, like 2 or 3 at the time. I was like, I can't wait for the new Call of Duty game that's coming out. And I opened it, and I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Why is it for a Wii? We don't even have a Wii. I hate this family, and all that. And then, after we're all done unwrapping our presents, I'm like, this is stupid. I want to take this back, and I want to return it. my dad's like, "Oh wait, there's one present left," and it's a fucking Wii, and I still hated it. I tried playing that game on the fucking Wii, and I hated every
I
fucking minute of it.
I have played that on the Wii, and it is the worst iteration of any Call of Duty game ever.
That and fucking Resident Evil 4 on the Wii. 4 was a little bit more manageable, but I still
Okay,
hated
the Wii.
doing
We
that.
can all agree that was just a weird console. But
Shooter games weren't for it unless you had the gun.
I
And we didn't get the gun.
absolutely appreciated how ridiculous your characters can move when you're playing like tennis or something like that.
Fucking swinging backwards and shit.
Yeah.
So there's this that I just thought of like Wii bowling, and you know how when you go to like an actual like bowling alley, they have like those weird ass animations on the screen whenever you get like
Mhm.
a strike or you sink it, whatever that's called.
Fair.
Not a spare, but
Spare?
like when you fuck it up.
Oh, gutter ball?
Gutter ball, yeah. So when they get a gutter ball and there's like this whole thing, gutter ball, right? They're like,
Mm.
so they're like this TikTok where it was like bowling animations in like 2035 or some shit, and it's a bowling ball with a hood walking into a room, and you very quickly realize it's the scene from Star Wars Episode 3 where Anakin's about to kill the younglings. Master bowling ball, there are too many of them. What are we going to do? And then strike.
Oh my god. I saw another one earlier this week where I think they call it what, a 7-10 split or something like that.
Yeah. The one where the back pins are split.
And it was the same concept, you know, bowling alleys in like 2035 or something. And fucking you see Jesus himself on the cross like just fucking floating down, and they split him in half. And they split.
Split.
Oh, those are fucking nuts.
Did you guys see the fucking 2035 like commercials? It's like Subway in the background, it's got the counter, then it's got the fucking cat that just goes
No.
And Jerry's back.
and Jerry's back.
He's actually their CEO.
Hey guys, it's
That
okay because
Banning's
they're
list.
adults now.
Exactly.
Speaking of adults now and childhood celebrities, did you see that? It was a long time ago when Bill Nye freaked out about global warming. Made a
Sure.
TikTok
Okay.
about it where he set a fucking globe on fire. You guys see that?
No, not at all.
Oh my, he's like, you guys are fucking adults now. I didn't mind using silly sounds to explain shit to you as a kid, but you guys are adults, and this is what the fuck's happening to our planet. And he takes a fucking fire, a fucking flamethrower, just, and fucking globe. He's like, it's on fucking fire. Class dismissed, and throws his fucking glass goggles.
Bill Nye is hilarious.
Bill Nye is a fucking G.
He's a national treasure. I think we can all agree on that.
You guys see
Right up there with Martha Stewart.
Steve from Blue's Clues? Did you guys grow up with
Mhm.
Blue's Clues?
Yep.
Yep.
I saw. So he came out with a video a couple weeks ago saying like, "Hey, this is what happened. Why I left 25 years ago."
I went to college. I got a degree.
Right. And now he's on TikTok, and he's so wholesome.
Mm-hmm.
I love that man.
Everyone loved it. And then
He made a video where it's just him standing there like nodding,
Listening.
and then the words are giving you the attention that you
The
deserve today.
detention.
detention, yeah. My favorite meme to come out of that was screenshots from Endgame where Tony Stark is like, well, guess what, Steve? We lost.
Yeah, people are using that audio that you're talking about, Billy, with the him just sitting there nodding, listening,
Mhm.
and people are like ripping into him, like, "You left us when we needed you the most." I'm like,
He was stacking bodies. Did you guys hear that theory? That
Oh.
Steve was stacking Taliban bodies?
"No, not him. It was
No,
Mr.
it
Rogers,
was
right?
no, it was Steve. Mr.
Oh.
Rogers, it was rumored that he was like
he had
some special
tattoos.
forces badass, and that yeah. But
So
no,
he was
there's
also
a
stacking bodies.
well, yeah, but the thing with Steve was because he left at like the beginning of the global war on terrorism. And then after we pulled out, he's like, "Hey guys, I'm back." So everyone's like, Steve was dropping bodies.
Steve is
makes-
that copy pasta. Like, do you know who you're fucking talking to? I have 300 confirmed kills. You fucking pussy.
The
Mr. Rogers,
Oh,
as soon as
God.
you call him Gunny, he just gets like that Chihuahua dog flashbacks with like the eyes just like fucking popping out and then flashbacks right behind it.
oh my god.
Um,
Can we talk
I
about
got
how
to
far...
play.
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No,
all
go
you.
ahead.
I'm about to derail the conversation.
I
so all you.
was just gonna say something dumb like how far we've come with memes when they used to be like Bad Luck Brian, and now it's just
Oh,
all these ridiculous
they-
memes.
they sell
They're
a
still
fucking
around, don't-
subreddit for that.
It's still around.
They're called advice animals or some shit. Adviceimals. Hold on,
Adviceimals.
Advice animals. It's just that type of meme format.
Okay.
Like the fucking paperclip.
Yep.
You do know what I'm talking about when I say that paperclip, right?
Yeah.
The old
I can
Windows
I
paperclip
can
that would.
picture it. Was it just Windows or was it
I
like
think
Windows
it
Note
will.
or some shit?
I think it was just Windows, but it was like an like the old version of Windows, and it'd always fucking pop up when
Yeah.
when you're doing something. Hey, can I help you with this? No,
Yeah.
go away, motherfucker.
You guys remember Ask Jeeves?
Oh my
No.
god.
No.
You don't remember Ask
Well,
Jeeves?
you know what Ask.com is.
Yeah.
That used to be Ask Jeeves.
hmm
And it's
Okay.
like same thing. Like you just basically you would use it if it was Google. Like I go to Ask Jeeves and be like, "Is Stephen Blue's Clues stacking bodies in Afghanistan?"
Do you guys remember Cha Cha? You would text Cha Cha with a question and they'd answer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Cha Cha was nuts.
Man.
We used to be every fucking time when we were like on a like in a sports event, we're on our way to an away game or something. It'd always be like fucking something stupid, right? Something like middle schoolish, like what's the biggest fart or what's the biggest poop or what's the some stupid shit like that.
And then Siri
remember,
came out and everyone kept asking her that.
Yeah. Do you remember text chains?
Text
It's like send this to
message.
10 of your friends.
Yes.
Oh yes, God.
Yes.
And then But like, so that's a meme now, obviously.
Right.
But back then you would actually do that shit.
Mm-hmm.
People still do that on Facebook, which is stupid. But
Did you
It's all
guys
the boomers that do that though?
naturally? Did you guys ever see Cyanide and Happiness? You guys know
Yeah.
who they are?
I've only
Did you
ever
see-
seen like read their comics or whatever.
The comics.
Yeah, I've never seen.
Did
the
you
original.
see their video where it's like I think it's called Email Chain or something, but the guy only get like it starts off with I or like want like a larger penis, click this link and he clicks the link and then whomp and it grows out. It's like I'm a African prince and I have no money, so please send me money, and then it's like he's all of a sudden got more money and there's an African prince behind him and they're all just like walking down the road and shit. And then he gets an email chain that says, I am the ghost of Susie, a 13-year-old girl. If you not forward this to 10 people, I will kill you. And he's like, man, like the only spam he doesn't click on, he's like, man. And then a ghost comes out of his phone, fucking kills him. Everyone else takes his money and starts walking down the fucking road again. Love Cyanide and Happiness.
that is definitely your humor.
Definitely is. So funny.
So I was gonna derail a little bit and say that I was one of the lucky few to play the Elden Ring
Oh, yeah.
network test.
How'd you like it?
How'd that go?
I thought it was so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you start off in this like cave or tomb or something, and you get outside and it's a wide open area. So it's an open world game. So you step out, talk to this character who's basically talking shit to you, like, "What do you want?" And you're like, I'm doing me," and he's like, "Go do you somewhere else, and don't get yourself killed or whatever because you're not gonna last long around here." And then basically the conversation goes to, all right, well, you're gonna have to do something. Go prove yourself. Go fight that guy. And then you walk into this grass, and it's just a dude on a horse with a giant javelin, and he fucking one shots you.
Jeez.
And it's not like, so in Demon Souls, the very first enemy, I believe it's called the Vanguard. You go up against him and he kills you, and that's like, you can beat him. He just has a shit ton of health, so it takes like a little bit of time. But it's meant to kill you. And it sends you to a different world, and then you start going through the steps with that. No, this is just, you better get past him. So either run the fuck around, find a new weapon, do something else, or fight him right now. It took me, so the network test was 3 hours. It took me probably like 2 hours to beat just him.
Jeez.
And then I played another hour just running around. I killed a couple of mini bosses. And then there was another boss I finally went up against. I think it was the last boss in the network test. Oh, I can't even picture me beating that guy now. Like, I tried 20, 30 times, and he would kill me in under a minute. So I'm the type of guy where in Dark Souls, you can summon help, and you can get like 2 or 3 other people to help you. I'm the type of guy where I like to try to fight it first. I immediately summoned 3 people, and we immediately got slapped. Summoned another 3 people, got slapped. Went in by myself, got slapped even faster.
Jesus.
So it is open world Dark Souls with everything I wanted from all 3 Dark Souls games combined. It's great.
So on on that whole difficulty aspect, all 3 of us have also played Back 4 Blood. At what point is it just not fun because of the difficulty?
When it spawns 20 fucking specials on you in the first level.
So I have yet to beat the game. But from what I understand is they tried to patch the whole, we're going to spawn 50 specials in one area. And this is coming from Scott. In that patch, they made it 100 times worse. It spawned even more special zombies that made it even fucking harder, even on Recruit. And I don't know if they've patched that back out or not, but
I don't think they have.
I don't think so either.
Recruit is fun, but too easy until you get to the 3rd act. Then the 3rd act is, okay, this is stepping up a little bit, and that is a comfortable place to be.
Right.
Act 1, Episode 1 on veteran difficulty is too fucking hard.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that on veteran it's too hard. It's just...
It's too hard for veteran.
Yeah, exactly.
That step up is too much. Imagine that difficulty, but on Act 3.
Right.
Or Act 4. Like,
I mean, how many times did we go through and we're like, Jesus, like I do not want to see this on Nightmare, like let alone on Vet.
There were so many spots where I'm just like, I am glad I'm playing this on the difficulty I'm playing it on.
Right.
And that is coming from a guy who has played difficult games like Dark Souls, you know? I like the challenge of dying over and over and over again and getting used to it. When it comes to those games, there are boss patterns that you learn, you adapt to them, you learn like, oh, when he breathes in, he's going to do this attack that does 180, so you want to get behind him, and then you're going to stand behind him, whatever. In Back 4 Blood, that difficulty is pure randomness of, I have 200 fucking long boys on me. You know, there's no strategy behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I played Witcher 3. I beat it in normal or hard difficulty. I forgot what it was. But I also tried playing on Death March. I don't remember what the stipulation was for Death March. But it was pretty much just the beginning. Like the first, I don't know, like first 15 to 20 hours that were actually difficult. But the fact that I kind of played like a casual the first time. And then on Death March is when I tried... Yeah. Is when I tried to use every resource that I can get. So, you know, for anyone that didn't play, you can use these oils for certain monsters. and it'll make your attacks a lot stronger. Or you can use your abilities to like help you out in the process of the fighting. You can use the different things to prepare for your mission.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't really use all of that until I played Death March. And even with all of that, it was pretty fucking difficult starting from scratch. But then like after a while, you know, kind of like how you're saying towards Dark Souls and all that, like, you know, after a while you kind of like understand certain things about the gameplay that you can just prepare for it even better. And I mean, that's fun. I love that. I love being able to play a really difficult game and overcome it. But then, you know, going back to Back 4 Blood, it's like, it just gets unfair. There's like no actual perk that could really help you out. For a game that like relies heavily on perks, there's just like no perk that can really help you out there.
I would argue that there's only one that can help you out with the number of specials that you get, and it's only the one that helps you break out of grabs by holding E.
Yeah.
And the only reason why that would help is because there's so many specials that you're going to get grabbed.
Yeah, and you might as well just like stock up on stuns as well. It just...
Mm-hmm. Do you see that one video? I don't know what difficulty that guy was on. I think it was on Veteran. I don't think he was on Nightmare. But that video that I sent you guys of the guy speed running the mission.
I don't think I saw it.
He all he did was just flashbangs, stun gun, and he would just run with I think it was the hatchet.
Right.
And he just ran through the whole thing. Didn't like kill anything or anything like that. Just fucking ran.
Okay, but you know what would really help out in that game is the ability to push back the infected like you were in Left 4 Dead.
Mm-hmm.
Helps.
That would help out so much.
Like a kick or something.
One of the issues I've found is I think that getting the 2 primary thing is a necessity.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that you're already using that to take up the space of
a perk.
One of your first few perks, like that already, you know, like the same thing with like the knife, you know.
Yep.
I think having the knife is important because if you run out of ammo in both of your guns, you're gonna have to try to start knifing.
And if you have the knife, you might as well as get the heal from melee perk too.
Right.
And
so they set it up.
On Recruit, there were a lot of times we also ran out on ammo too.
Yeah, and that's why I think the 2 double primary is important because you have 2 powerful guns with okay ammo reserve, but like a pistol is not going to fucking cut it. No. And one of the issues we actually found in professional though is melee weapons. You shouldn't even be using melee weapons in professional.
Not at all. At least not because of the amount. Because of the amount of specials that spawn. There's no reason to be using melee. You go to a tall boy with the melee weapon, you're going to get your ass snatched.
And you're fucked.
And it ruins everything for the rest of the team because now they have to worry about saving you instead of killing the other 9 specials that are coming in.
Yeah. Well, yeah, to Zuriel's point with Dark Souls, the reason why I enjoyed it so much is because it is a hard game, don't get me wrong. Like, I think that it's a meme. I mean, it is a meme at this point where people are like, oh, it's so hard. But the difficulty is you're just going to die several times trying to figure out patterns. But the second you figure out that pattern and you're able to do it well, it's fun.
Right.
It's very rewarding. You know, like you beat that boss, you get all those souls, and it's just like that was well fucking worth it.
Kind of reminds me of Devil May Cry 3. I don't know if you guys knew about this, where when it came out, I don't think there was a difficulty setting. And if there was almost no difference because even like the lowest difficulty was like ridiculously hard.
Mm-hmm.
And like they actually patched it. I don't know how they did it. I think it was just like the next set of discs that came out, they just patched it or something like that. But they actually had to go back and fix the difficulty on that at one point.
It's wild. I just like the meme that people are like, oh yeah, Dark Souls needs an easy mode. And I'm just like,
slider.
They're never going to do that. And I love that, you know, that they're never going to do that.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, like, those games, wouldn't be as fun if they weren't hard.
Right?
You know,
Yeah.
it'd just be any other RPG.
Wouldn't be as worth it.
I
Yeah.
mean, that game series alone, I feel like even the casuals would be considered like hardcore just because they really like that series of games.
Hmm.
So it wouldn't make
Yeah,
sense to
and-
like, change the difficulty for easier.
Yeah. I don't know. I think even before I played the Dark Souls games, I probably would have agreed that they shouldn't. Like, I think there are games out there that should be hard. Like, Cuphead has harder.
Hmm.
I mean, they have like an easy mode, but it's not. It doesn't. It takes away a little bit from the bosses, but it doesn't make it easy. And you don't get. You're supposed to get like stars or whatever to be able to unlock the next area. I don't think you get enough stars from fighting at easy mode to get through the areas.
Oh,
Cuphead's supposed to be hard,
right.
you know. Like, and Cuphead is in the same vein, where just beat it or just die over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Another series like that, Hotline Miami. Hotline Miami is so fucking hard, but it's same thing. And Hotline Miami actually does it perfectly because the way it is it's like a box right on your screen of top down. You're this character, and it's basically like just a chess game of I have to grab this weapon to kill this guy and if I kill this guy over here might see me through the glass, so I have to do it at a perfect time. And the whole thing is you are one shot. There's no health bar. If anything touches you, you're dead. But the second you die, you just spawn at the beginning of that floor again. So you could just run, die within 2 seconds, and you're dead 100 times. And that's just, it's the perfect way of doing that because you just spawn right back there. There's no loading screen. There's no going next to that. It's that screen by screen over and over again.
And that game, you almost have to choreograph every single movement you're going to do. Like, plan it down to the T.
Yep. And it's trial and error.
Yeah.
Oh,
Did
I
you
can't
ever
go through
watch
that door
Markiplier
because
play
that guy
that?
will see me.
Right.
Huh?
What's up?
Did you ever watch Markiplier play Cuphead?
No.
Cuphead? No.
Pretty sure he did a series on it.
I
We were
think
talking
the
about
only
Hotline Miami, though.
time I watched Markiplier play games would be like the horror games.
Are you
I
scary
watch him
games?
play everything. I
I
find
haven't
him,
watched
I
him
find
for
him
a
very
while,
entertaining.
but yeah, he's a very entertaining guy.
You definitely
Wholesome
is.
dude.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Handsome ass motherfucker.
Yep.
Have you
Also,
seen the
Jacksepticeye.
fucking V?
The V. Yeah.
Have you seen the V? He's got the V for his fucking...
Yeah.
Jacksepticeye
What would you call that?
too. I actually like Jacksepticeye a lot more now that he's more chill.
I never cared about his videos.
He used to be like super hyper aggressive, didn't he?
I just happen to murder dear laddies, my name is Jacksepticeye. Like he had that, and then he had like Happy Wheels. Other than that, like he was a pretty normal guy. But now he's just entertaining. His coffee brand is pretty good.
Oh, he's got a coffee brand.
Oh, suddenly fucking interested.
Yeah.
Top
I'm
of
interested in
the
coffee.
morning coffee. Top of the morning coffee.
Look, man, I love coffee, okay?
Oh, I know. I know you
Coffee
do.
Slut.
You're
I
a
see.
dirty whore for that coffee, aren't you?
Coffee
Fucking-
slut, indeed.
Is that kind of slut shaming him?
I still have a couple bags of what was it, pumpkin spice coffee.
Yeah.
Just because I really wanted to get it.
I'm probably going to Starbucks tomorrow
Nice.
because I love Starbucks.
I've been
Oh,
drinking.
I didn't even
Starbucks
realize I
a
had a
lot
cat in
recently.
here. Hello. Hi.
And a cat's anyone want a kitten?
He's awake. No.
I've got 3 kittens and a mama cat that need to go.
You know, I would possibly consider it if I was moved into my new house.
Same.
What's keeping you from moving in your new house?
Buying the house.
Fair enough.
So right now we're Tuesday is the first day we're gonna actually go look. And that is mostly to get a feeling for the neighborhood that we're going to go to, see if we like that neighborhood, but also to show our realtor, hey, this is what I like in a house and this is what I don't like. I want to physically be there to see things myself, put things into perspective, but then also show him like I like this, I don't. But so our lease is up in March, and the way we want to try to do it is, preferably so this month is looking, next month is narrowing things down, and then January we'll start actually locking down like, hey, we need to start bidding, putting money on houses, and then hopefully we close out in February. That way we can sorry, I had to let them out. That way we don't have any overlap with our payments because we don't want to pay a mortgage and rent at the same time. But we did talk a little bit today, and if we find something we really like and we want to close out in January, we might.
Awesome.
So,
Yeah,
Pull the trigger if you like it, man.
I actually just got a new job. I'm gonna be transferring closer to my house now. So
Yeah?
I looked around the area where that job is. I'm not really liking the homes that are for sale around there, so I think I'm actually just gonna stick around here. They're building these new, I don't know if they're apartments or they're gonna be condos. It's like 5 minutes from my house, but they're expecting residents to be in there by like the earliest is April. So, I mean, maybe just a few months longer. Sticking around with that new job. What's up?
what street is that on?
It's right there, right across the street from Prinos. You know that land where that empty land off of Weber, or not Weber, Lily Cash and Veterans, where Andy's and Chipotle are at.
Yeah, which side?
So that corner right there. So let's say you're coming
'Cause you
from
have-
Pelican Harbor.
behind Prinos? Behind Prinos?
No. So let's say you're coming from Pelican Harbor, right? You turn right into was it Lily Cash, right?
Oh, hold
And
on.
then-
I'm sorry. Is it behind that big lot of land behind Chipotle?
Yes.
That okay? All of that area. Got it.
Yep. That
Okay.
whole area is turning into, like, I researched a little bit about it, but I'm still not sure if it's gonna be just renting out or if they're actually gonna be like condos to buy.
Yeah.
It's too early to see right now, but
It's a weird place to have homes.
yeah, I talked to
Kinda.
my godfather because he's in construction and he knows a lot of people. Yeah, right. He knows a lot of people that work for the village, and he was telling me that they already have residents for those places because of the new Amazon facility they're making. So they have I wouldn't say big wigs, but more like supervisors and stuff like that that are going to be living there.
Yeah. What's the new job? This is new to me.
No, I told you about it when you and
Oh.
I were talking with Gerald. So
It's
I
the
just
same-
yeah, I bit the bullet.
It's that one. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be driving for a company called Martin Brower. It's pretty much just gonna be
It
delivering
docs.
to McDonald's, but they were hiring more people just because they got a contract with Chick-fil-A. So
Nice.
they told me
You're
that
driving the
Chick-fil-A,
Lord's chicken.
yeah, they told me that Chick-fil-A is a night shift, so I'm assuming that's gonna be more available because not many people can handle or even like the night shift, and I'm already used to it, so why not? I'll take the night shift, especially if it's 8 hours flat. I mean, why not? I haven't
Might
had
as well.
I haven't had a 8 hour flat shift ever, so
Right.
I can relate.
So I've only
Might
had an
well-
8-hour shift.
must
Are
be
you-
nice, Billy.
Are you going to be working weekends?
No,
No. So our schedules are still going to clash. Got it.
yeah, especially if I get that night shift.
Yeah.
Say
I
our
mean,
schedules
it-
won't clash.
They told me they got rid of Saturdays, so it would just be Monday through Friday, and especially if it's Chick-fil-A, I won't even be working Sundays at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the shift for Chick-fil-A, though, would be from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m.
No Sunday.
Yeah.
That's not bad though.
Yeah.
Good for you. Congrats.
Thanks, bud.
You and I can go live in a house together.
Can we though?
Never see each other.
Are you gonna
nice.
start looking for your own house out in Bolingbrook, man?
No, those, like I said, those condos or apartments.
I mean,
I'd much-
outside of that, if
If
not.
it's, I was actually talking to someone about this where I kind of just want to rent for like a year and then see where the housing market goes. But
It
as
can
of-
only get better.
yeah, I mean,
It could get worse, but it has a lot of room to get better.
especially where my job is located, like I'm in no hurry to buy a house right now. I'll be fine
That's
with
fair.
renting for like a year, maybe two, and then we'll go from there.
We just want a bigger space, but we want to be able to own it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I don't blame you,
I just don't want to deal with the bad HOA.
dude. Yeah. I mean, my dad
Man.
pays a lot for the HOA here.
Yeah. My well, we found the house we really liked, and it was well within our price range. Before we saw the HOA fee, it was like going to be like $1,500 a month, and then with an HOA fee, the HOA brought it up to like $1,900 a month. Some shit like $400 just for that.
Fuck.
Let me pay you $400 for you to yell at me for how long my grass is gonna get. Suck
Right.
my ass.
And then completely forget about getting the plows over there when I need it the most.
Mhm.
Exactly, dicks.
HOA
Yeah.
fees are like the worst. Fucking pointless.
I don't even know why HOAs exist.
I understand the principle behind them, but the execution has never gone well for anybody.
No, sir.
I mean, like, there's no HOA for me. Like, we don't pay HOA fees or anything.
So that's good. When you can
Yeah.
find a spot like that, that's awesome. And then
Another
especially
house-
after you pay off the house completely, like fuck yeah, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Another house that we really like has a small HOA fee, but the thing that turned me onto it more is they pay for any exterior, like if like anything is wrong with the roof or whatever, they pay to fix that.
Okay.
So that's nice.
And then HOA you
pretty
can get
cool.
behind.
Yeah.
It was like
I-
$67 a month or something. Not bad.
Did I tell you guys the results of my, like, so I went out for projects, or like projects for the house to do
You went out to the
different
projects.
the projects. No, we're thinking about like doing some different things, you know, like re-roofing, eventually getting solar panels, you know, bunch of projects. And one of our projects is we want all of the sidewalk that we have to be replaced because it's like 1.5 feet wide. It's all like sideways almost, you know, slanted a little bit. It's cracked, it's falling apart, or there's something wrong with it in literally any aspect of the word wrong with it. And we called some guy out to get an estimate for like the concrete. New patio, new front steps, new sidewalk that wraps around the house and then also goes from the back of the house to the back gate. $6,500 for him to tear it up and put a new one in, which isn't bad.
That's not
That's-
bad at all.
Actually good, because I was
Yeah,
about to say, let me
yeah.
guess, like 14 grand.
$6,500, not bad at all. But it's also the winter right now, so we're kind of waiting. And then
Z,
go ahead.
I was just quick side thing. You know, Z, my back porch.
Yeah.
My dad was quoted by multiple companies saying that would be 10 grand alone to get that completely redone.
Fuck that.
Anyways, continue, Billy.
Yeah, fuck that. So then the guy who would be doing the concrete, his dad does like siding, doors and shit like that. So we want to get the siding redone because it's kind of like a panel's already fallen off and it just looks ugly with the house, especially with the interior.
Right.
Yeah.
So we want to get it changed still have yet to have him call me. But for the doors, it's gonna be like if we wanted to, we want to replace 2 doors, replace our sliding door, and then the back door um in our master bedroom. We want to replace those with French doors. $3,000 a door for the door and installation.
Or, now, hear me out.
Just do it ourselves.
Yeah.
It's like 1,800 per door. But yeah, that's what you're gonna do anyways. So with all of these, I went with like the most expensive options, the budget for it, and then whatever we don't use put towards the next project. Which is also why for a new deck it would cost around $26,200 if we wanted to put a deck in. Or for fencing,
Pocket change.
$25,200 for a new fence.
Pocket change.
We also want a new garage, but nobody's contacted us about getting quotes out.
Yeah.
And the roofing place that was supposed to quote us, they never came out. So
Honestly, why not just
I do like these French doors.
French doors are nice.
Why not just start off with projects you know you guys can do, like yourselves, not actually like having someone else.
Well, so fencing we can do ourselves. I've already put in a couple fences with like my coworkers and stuff. So yeah, pretty much post hole diggers and shit. And if we need help, we could always ask the roommates' parents and then some of my coworkers who, have done it before. So not worried about that. The French doors and all that, we want to do those too. But the big thing too with the concrete, the guy said it would take 2 days, but it's apparently a liability on our steps. So the way our steps are right now, there's like 3 small steps in front, and then there's like 2 bigger steps on a landing for our porch. And the top step on the landing, like a slab kind of fell off. So the home insurance place is like, that's a liability. Someone could be walking up that and get hurt. So that needs to be fixed. So we wanted to do that one first. And it's probably like one of the cheaper ones too, besides material. Deck, I've never built a deck before. My boss has built his deck. So I could probably bring him in and do it that way, but it definitely did not sound like an easy task. So
It's not.
It's always best when you know people that can help out in these situations.
Decks can be hard, and like anything with doing your own construction and with your own place, you have to make sure that it's up to
code.
Up to code, yeah. So just be careful with that.
Yeah.
There's a house we really liked for 90% of it, and then there's a room where it's all light brown wood paneling on every single wall. And I just like looking at that, I'm like, God, I would tear that out immediately. And depending on how it is, like that could be a lot of fucking work, like depending on how that wood paneling is on there, because then you're going to want to put on drywall. And drywall is not the easiest thing to put up and keep up.
I've noticed there are a lot of houses around that still have that shit. It's like,
oh, Old Bolingbrook? Fuck yeah, dude.
I don't even want to touch that shit. Not one bit. Never been a fan of wood paneling. Like, it's so ugly.
Another house we really liked. Everything was modernized, except it didn't have central air, and it had radiators.
What?
Yeah.
All right, old school as fuck.
Yeah, I don't want that shit.
What do you mean? That's perfect.
An actual deal breaker for me, like Jake asked by Realtor, asked what are like musts, like you will not buy a house, and I was like, it has to have central air. I'm not buying a house without central air.
Right.
Chicago gets too fucking hot.
And then lately, it's been getting a little too
fucking cold.
I mean, like 2 years ago, was it? Yeah, 2 years ago, that fucking polar vortex, dude.
I am so scared that I'm going to buy a house and we're gonna get hit with another polar vortex, and my pipes are gonna freeze. And when we buy our first house, because we're buying dead middle of the winter.
Yeah.
I don't remember who I was talking with about it, but someone was mentioning something about, like, with nowadays technology, plastic pipes are the way to go. Because sure, they'll freeze, but the pipes will expand, and then they'll contract when it unfreezes. Whereas the metal
How about
pipes
lead?
This house
burst.
definitely does have some plastic pipes.
How about
How
what?
about lead? You know?
Lead pipes? I
Yeah.
mean, that'd be great, and if you don't mind the lead poisoning,
Fuck it, dude. Just use brass on everything.
coat it with a line of fucking kryptonite while you're at it.
Gold.
Gold. Coat it with gold.
Gold.
Matter of fact,
Gold-coated
carbon
fucking
fiber
pipe.
pipes.
Fiber pipes, dude.
Jesus Christ. Could
Yo,
you
you got those
fucking
new,
imagine?
Does your toilet have that new fiber, dude?
The actual toilet seat is carbon fiber.
Love
There's
it.
no way you slip off that bitch.
Rip. Gorilla grip on your ass.
Yeah. So we passed our time. So I mean, if anyone
Oh, that's fine.
wants any last words here,
I hope I can actually upload this.
yeah, right. Well, we're about to find out. Anyways, this has been the Mere Nonsense podcast, and yeah, fuck you, Billy. Deuces.
Fuck you.
Fuck you, Billy.